What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jake with Mind Something. And today, I know somebody out there needs a reason to quit mining. And I'd like to give you four of them. So, some people are going to continue to mine, some people are going to fall off. And maybe the reason you clicked on this video is to figure out which one of them you are. So, let's move on to some reasons that you should quit. Number one, let's face it, you're not committed. Let me ask you something. Did you set some goals? Have you met any of those goals? Are you just floundering around trying to figure things out? Look, if you don't have a game plan, what are you aiming for? If you got nothing to aim at, you're not going to hit your target. So what I'm saying is this is not something you just set and forget. Everybody thinks that initially getting into it, like I did, that I would just be able to set this thing up, let it sit there, and make me money and not have to do anything. Well, guess what? That's not the case. You constantly need to learn, and you need to be able to troubleshoot. And depending on your current skill set, really determines how much troubleshooting you need to do and how much learning you need to do. And let's talk about money. Have you set a budget and are you sticking to that budget? You know, it takes a lot of capital if you have several rigs just to maintain them. And in the beginning, you're going to make mistakes. I have made so many mistakes. I get so angry at myself after realizing, oops, I just plugged in, I don't know, a SATA cable to the motherboard from a PSU that's not giving power to the motherboard and fried a motherboard. Great. Do you have backups? Are you prepared for that? It's just little things, you know what I mean? And if you're just now getting into this, you could potentially save yourself a lot of trouble because obviously there's some other reasons. We're going to talk about profitability and life after the Ethereum merge. But if you're not committed, if you haven't set clear goals and you're just trying to figure things out, a good friend of mine, he started mining Bitcoin way back in the day. We're talking about 7 years ago, maybe longer. And at some point, I actually started mining with him, but he wasn't hosting them at his house. He shipped them off to a place in Canada for cheap power. And it's just been problem after problem. And after everything that he's dealt with, he's like, if I'd have just put the money in the coin, I would have so much more now. And it's been such a hassle. I mean, the guy's going through lawsuits with these people just trying to get the miners back that haven't been working for over a year. So, you know, you got to make mistakes. And in this game, some of them can be very costly. And if you're not committed and you haven't set some clear and concise goals, then perhaps this is not for you. Moving on. After merge chaos. Oh boy, where to begin here? So, everyone has their theory about how much hash rate is going to need to go to all of these different coins in order for them to be profitable. And then you have to balance what is the current price of that particular coin and will it go up? Will it go down? Are people just simply going to start turning off rigs in order for profitability to go back up and then come back on? So many different things to think about. But I want to point out a couple of things by our boy Seb Haslow here. So, bless this man. He is amazing with Excel, and he does all the work for us. And in this particular video, he talks about how Ethereum is 10 times the hash rate of all other coins combined. Okay, so when Ethereum goes proof of merge, now you've got 10 times the hash rate that needs to get distributed amongst these top coins, and somehow it's supposed to equal out to being profitable. Yeah, everybody's guessing that it's not going to be profitable for a while, and how long that takes is anybody's guess at this point. But, you know, difficulty, hash rate, these things are an amazing mathematic algorithm that it does its job. Eventually, it will be profitable again. But how long ago did you buy your cards? You know, are you just now getting into this? Did you start in January? Did you buy a 3090 for $2,800? You know, I know this is a tough pill to swallow, guys. It is, but somebody out there needs to hear this. So, you know, in regards to Ethereum being 10 times the hash rate, most people estimate between 30 to 50% of that is ASICs. So let's say, best case scenario, instead of being 10x the hash rate, we got 5x the hash rate coming on and trying to make all of these other coins profitable with 5 times their current hash rate now. That would mean the coin needs to 5x in order for you just to break even. Okay, so will you mine for pennies a day on your 3070? Is it worth the stress on the GPU? And, you know, how old is your card? Are we talking about 10 cents a day for you to decide to turn it off? Are we talking about 50 cents? Are we talking about $1? I mean, now, right at this very moment, the majority of cards are well under $1 a day in profitability. So, you know, where is your line of thinking on the abuse, so to speak, of the GPU? You know, I would guess that for a while what we're going to be looking at is about the same profitability as CPU mining. And some people still do it, you know. But it's a question you have to ask yourself. So the other thing to consider is the fact that electricity is probably not getting any cheaper anytime soon. And I want to show you guys a chart here. So this shows you from basically 2017 to now where we're at on the price of natural gas. Now, depending on your location, you may or may not be getting electricity from a provider that uses natural gas, but where I live, 95% of the electricity created by the people selling power to the electric grid is coming from natural gas. And right now, this chart looks like it's not going to be going down anytime soon. Now, of course, things can change, but you know, I like looking at charts, and if I saw a chart like this, I'd probably be buying into that. So I have a feeling natural gas prices are going to continue to go up, as well as all the other energy resources that we have. And, you know, there's a few other things to consider here. Let's look at the forecast. So, looking at this, I would say, yeah, pretty likely we continue to increase. And currently, I'm paying about 14 cents per kilowatt hour. I also include whatever fees and whatnot included on my bill when I calculate that, but my technical rate is 12.4 cents per kilowatt hour. When I started mining, it was I have two separate rates depending on the time of year. So I have 6.9 cents per kilowatt hour from, I think, October through April. And then from May through September, it goes up to 8.9 cents per kilowatt hour. Now, looking at my bill, there is a particular line item in there called CRFP, something like that. But basically, what it's referring to is the price of natural gas. They were previously in August of last year giving me a 1 cent per kilowatt hour credit. So technically, instead of 6.9 or 8.9, it was 5.9 or 7.9. Well, supposedly, this electric company, they're a co-op and they are a non-profit organization, and they pass on whatever they're paying for natural gas to the customer and claim that they haven't changed their rate in over 10 years. So currently, that PCRF factor is up to 3.5 cents per kilowatt hour. So, like I said, now I'm at 12.4 cents per kilowatt hour. That's a 400% increase since August of last year for the price of natural gas. Moving on, let's talk about the fact that you can still recoup some of your capital. Right now, the price of GPUs is pretty close to retail for selling a used card. Kind of depends on what card you have. If it's a 3060 Ti, 3070, yeah, you're going to get pretty close to retail. Those will continue to hold their value. But when it comes to a 5700 XT, I sold some in December for 900 each. I just wanted to get out of my AMD cards and into NVIDIA because, all of the other algorithms post Ethereum merge look like they're going to be better for Green Team. So, yeah, I sold 5700s for 900 bucks each. And now you could buy it for 250 bucks on eBay. That's even Sapphire Nitros, which is just incredible. I've actually contemplated buying some myself. But looking at prices right now, I think this is Facebook Marketplace here, and 475, 500, 499, pretty consistent across the board. Looking at eBay, a little bit lower on some of these on eBay, but yeah, used cards still going for 500 bucks. So, there's the greater fool theory. We're selling these to people that don't know that they can get them cheaper when the Ethereum merge is complete. But hey, nothing's set in stone, right? It could get postponed. Who knows? So if you sell now prior to the merge, there's a pretty good chance that you can recoup some of what you got into this. Now, you may be one of those people that bought in January, December, November, any of those times. Prices were pretty high, and pretty much most of 2021 was almost double retail. But maybe you got some coin. So depending on where you think the price of ETH is going in the future, and depending on how long you plan on holding it, you could more than break even. So now may be the time, if you're considering getting out before the prices of all of these GPUs and all the other mining equipment just completely tanks. And the most important reason, ladies and gentlemen, is your loss, my gain. You may or may not understand or have been in this space very long, but let's take a look here at the Ethereum difficulty over time. 2017, we got a bull run. You can see it spike up there. And then as we approach April of 2021, we are just skyrocketing up in difficulty, which means more and more people are mining. And you have some dips in there. If you overlay the price chart with this, you can see price goes up, hash rate goes up. Now we peaked in price in November, but the hash rate continued to go up. And we're catching a break at this point because the difficulty bomb finally got diffused, thank goodness. But that's on track to ramp up once again. So we'll be dealing with some more spikes in difficulty. You know, how this algorithm works, it adjusts the difficulty depending on how much hash rate is out there. Most of you guys are aware of this, but price goes down, miners quit, hash rate falls, difficulty drops, profits go back up. It is this cycle. That's just how it works. And a lot of you out there are going to fall off. And maybe some of you are planning on coming back, perhaps after the merge, and that could be an excellent time and a pretty good game plan that could work out well for you. But this video is really about me being selfish because, let's face it, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be here for a very long time. And it's very, very important that you understand these cycles going forward. And you really have to ask yourself, is it time for me to hang it up? Or is it time to dig my heels in deeper and make videos on YouTube telling other people why they should quit? Appreciate it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a like and subscribe. I'm out.